Hello everybody, it is March 21st, 2018. If I'm not mistaken, I just want to make sure I got the date. Okay. And I have Peter the Insider with us, along with Jessica, Ariel, Morocco. And again, I feel like I've done his introduction so many times already. Jessica's website is Readings by Ariel. She is a clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and she channels the Andronicus Chronicle.
Andronicus.
So, of course, Jessica is going to be sharing her perspective of some of this information that's portrayed, I guess, by Peter. And of course, Peter, he works for the ACIO, the Alien Contact Intelligence Organization, which is a group of, I guess, they're associated with different extraterrestrial beings, even though it's actually the Advanced Intelligence Contact Organization, but anyway, the point is that Peter has an exciting update to share with us. Well, I say exciting, but important probably be a better word because it's usually not necessarily going to be positive. Well, it's positive that we know about it, but Peter, why don't you go ahead and just share what's going on?
Yeah, that technically it's okay. So let's start from very beginning. It's almost 1 month. I mean, on 26th March, it will be 1 month because they started to contact me on 26th February. The group of young people, they were released from Monarch torturing system. They were heavily overdosed for years by a crazy ass drug named cortaxiphan, and they realized that they were fooled by Monarch scientists uh, to do crazy stuff from our point of view because they were forced to believe that they did it for good purpose, and they were forced by a very special squad, and the head of this squad was Lincoln Clay himself personally. So important mission. And after that, after they were released, literally shit hit the fan, and our reality, our dimension begin to collapse. And it lasts like 1 week, maybe 10 days. Crazy stuff is going on, tons of videos on YouTube, Vimeo, or something like that were posted, and even on live stream, on YouTube live stream, crazy ass stuff was done. For example, like TGV in France, very high speed train in France, hit the tunnel, and there was like, I don't know, like some glitch of camera or something like that, and afterwards they were out of the tunnel. They suddenly appear in Norway. So it's crazy. Or for example, this international airplane, this line, regular line, it should land it in here in I'm in Sydney, but here on Australia, in Melbourne, and afterwards the same scenario, glitch in the camera, and bam, and they were on Sao Paulo, in Brazil, and I was like, oh, what the heck? Are you serious? And this kind of stuff, for example, these holes in the ground in Asia, for example, these cars, they were like driving to some sort of portal in Africa. It was in the border of Angola and Zaire, something like that, and they were appearing in southern Europe, like Italy and Austria or something like that. It's crazy, Or these spots, where you can give your watches or any sort of time measuring devices, and the time will flow extremely slow or extremely fast, like it's crazy. And I saw it on my own eyes, and these people are trying me and are trying to explain me what they did. And they told me that it's happening because they altered the timeline. And you know there is some sort of elasticity of bounceness of time. I mean, there was something like that before, but now time is purely linear, and there are no, I mean, dependencies between time and space. It was what it was before. And everything of this coast monarch, you know. And why? That's the question. Okay, very simple, I mean, complicated question, very easy answer. Because they synchronized perfectly CERN in Switzerland with these facilities in what it is. It's like northeastern U.S. between Great Lakes, and it's not so far from uh, Canadian border. And that's it. That's literally shit hit the fan. But they were somehow, by light beings or good beings, I mean astral beings, they were, I mean, these group of young people, they were released from monarch slavery, if we want to call it that way. And they are trying to fix what they did. But that's the main part of the problem. And I know that they are listening to us right now, but they are so scared. I mean, some sort of paranoid. And from my point of view, okay, to be honest, I will be paranoid too after that, what they described me, what they went through. So they don't want to speak publicly. But the problem is that I can't explain them that once they want to rewind the time, as it was shown in this episodic game made by Square Enix, Telltale game stuff, Life is Strange, that once they want to rewind the time, I mean, change the timelines, it will cause only bigger and bigger mess. And that's the problem. They don't want to accept that it's a fact, you know.
So they keep on changing the time then?
No, technically they don't know what the heck should they do.
Can they? Okay, sorry, James.
Yeah, so it sounds like they're just trying to making random adjustments and hoping that something positive come out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You are absolutely right, James. Yeah.
Well, Peter, is there some kind of time lord in the future that's monitoring the timelines that do not like this kind of stuff?
Yeah, but no, it is principle. So we can call it it. It is very upset, but not at them, but at Monarch. Technically, people and entities from Monarch, they are only victims too, because this kind of mess is, I mean, they are only point of interest of Aldebrans, then Pleiadians from 16 Pleiade, or not reptilians, reptiloids too, and all kind of these bad races, if you want to call it that way. And they are doing this. you know, messing around with time and space, and how can I say that? And dependencies, and making all dependencies like being gone, and making new dependencies, and you know, like smashing it, and we don't know what the heck should we do.
Jessica, you want to throw your 2 cents in there? What are your thoughts? I mean, what can we do about this?
Well, I mean, this is the type of stuff that I feel like these are the things, these weird overlays of time that I've found in different pockets and places, and there are entities there. There's strange entities. It's like someone just, you know, like opened up a whole Pandora's box full of stuff. And it's not everywhere. It just seems like to be these little pockets, and that's maybe some of the timelines like overlapping, and it doesn't make any sense. But I think that there are light beings that are able to adjust and fix it, but sometimes I bring it to their attention and let them know. But yeah, I mean, it's been a problem for a while, but it does explain what's been going on. Now, do they still have the capacity to keep doing this?
Yes, but they are, how can I say that? They are very afraid of doing, because James is right. It is like, okay, we can do it, I mean, technically permanently, but okay, but what will be the outcome? Because in fifth episode was named, of original game Life is Strange, was named Polarized, right? And technically, how can I say that? You've got two changes, okay? There was a huge storm, like tornado type of storm, but it was on West Coast. So on West Coast, no tornadoes, bye-bye, nothing like that. I mean, US West Coast, Southern, and you've got two, why the name Polarized. You've got two options, right? First one, to sacrifice the whole city, or I don't know, the whole bay, something like that. And because you created the mess, you are the one, as a player, who created all the mess, and sacrifice your best friend. And so first one is like, okay, I sacrifice my best friend, um, and technically who I'm in love with, in order for greater good, if you want to call it that way. And second one, to kill my best friend, you know, and my love, beloved person, in order for greater good. You know, it's like one or another. Do you know what I mean? Kill all the people and save my friend, or kill my beloved person, beloved one, and save all the people. And that's a problem. I mean, the moral dilemma. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
But who's having to make that decision? These kids, or?
yeah, that's the problem. They were forced to make these decisions.
I see.
And that's the problem, because once again they were put. It's like in movie Inception. Dream in the dream in the dream, like in Babushka and Matryoshka lady. Do you know what I mean? In
Yes.
this very small doll and bigger doll, bigger doll, and like that. But it wasn't normal world. I mean, physical, or if you wanna call whatever you want. But they created hundreds, maybe thousands of imaginary worlds, and in them they were put three types of you know, like situations, whatever we are talking about. It's like being hunted, hunters, and observers. And I talked about this in last show, but that's the problem. and they were forced to do these decisions, and now they are confused. What the heck should we do? Because it was not, now they realized that this, I mean, that was they only what they were experiencing. It wasn't the real deal. It was only a training. But now, bye bye people. No, not the training. Not the chance. This is real deal, and they are confused. What should we choose? Being selfish and save our beloved ones or our best mates, best friends, or you know, uh, save the world. That's a problem.
But I've found some of those realities, Peter. People will contact me for a session, and then I would see this like they were affected by these realities. They'd have
I believe you, because it is not like I'm doing some random bumbling in order to be famous or to be like, you know, sound interesting. No, this is real deal, and people should know about that.
It is real. I mean, the trauma and some of the stuff that people are going through, and they'll tell me, they'll say, I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, I feel like I'm in this other reality. I deal with people all the time, random people. It's not like anyone, like they're not making this stuff up. And when they're talking to me, then someone else from another part of the country will say the similar thing. So I know that it's not fabricated. There's nothing artificial about this. The fact is when I go in there and start looking around, you know, psychically and looking through dimensions, these things are existing. And they have been existing for a while. I've been seeing I call them, you know, like a strange overlay, timeline overlay, because I didn't know what else to call it. But and then it brings in all this like weird stuff. And so dimensionally, it somehow it's jumping or affecting the people that live in those regions where these things were opened up. And they're messed up. You know, they can't sleep. They're hearing noises that are not happening in their space. People are talking about seeing things that haven't happened yet. You know, there's like a glitch. So they're experiencing something before it happens. The people are getting woken up.
This is it, that there are tons of glitches in the matrix.
That's what it looks
in
like,
the matrix, if you want to call it that way. And just by the way, and if someone will think that, oh, it's like a false flag or something like that, okay, then think that it is false flag. It is not a false flag.
No.
That this bombing series in US, it is not a false flag. It's like, or I don't want to say random. Okay, it is. It was very well prepared, planned, and all kind of stuff. But it is not just. How can I say that? Just terrorism. It's like how can I say that? Part of the plan. Small pieces of the huge puzzle, and people should know about that, because that's the problem, that even intelligence and secret services in US, they have no single clue about that.
Yeah,
they only believe that it's like, how can I say that, this, if you want to call it that way, normal terrorism or something like that. They don't even try to think about what they are dealing with. They are dealing with the devil himself, because I don't know if they realized that Monarch, they are cooperating and making deals with through the DARPA. I mean, officially Monarch doesn't exist. No, you can't. You can hit the Google, right, Monarch, and you will see just game Quantum Break, and end of story, right? But technically, Monarch, Umbrella, and all kind of these corporations as are ones of the largest and most powerful one in the world. Sorry, go for it, James.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to mention QAnon kept mentioning boom a couple times in some posts back in mid-March. I'm assuming that probably has to do with this recent bombing.
Yes, you are right. And just by the way, look at the, help me, data scandal on Facebook. That there was big data scandal, like that your data are not safe on the Facebook servers. You can set them as a private, and hackers can go for them, or even the worst scenarios, like Facebook made deals with intelligence and secret services that they will get this data to them and all kind of the stuff.
And Twitter.
Twitter did
the same thing.
Yeah, but there was 5 days silence about that, and just few hours ago, Mark Zuckerberg made official, statement on his account, and that's the stuff. People, everything. This is not coincidence, and people should know about that. And once we don't talk about it publicly, once we will not get this to public, online on YouTube or BitchTube, or I don't know how and where, it will cause even more harm and damage.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to go back here. Peter, you mentioned these people that got out of this base, I guess, in the the Czech Republic and Slovakia bases.
Yes.
But you said they managed to escape, and they were, of course, they were on Cortexiphan, and they needed help to, I guess, get
Cortexiphan, yes.
So, but now you're saying that these people were in the base, opening up portals to change the timeline. I'm a little confused here. Which was it, or is it?
No. This is it. Once again, they physically were there, or there were 3 groups of them. Physically, they were there. Then one of them, first one, second group, they were. Most time they were in US or Canada. They were stolen, but they were, how can I say that, traveling from US to Middle Europe or vice versa, it doesn't matter. But they were fooled. Their minds were fooled that they were stolen or kidnapped or missing time, and then help me, Mandela effect. Do you know what Mandela effect is or not?
Yeah, that's where you remember certain things that other people don't remember from different timelines or realities.
Yeah, exactly. Or something like that. And the third group, they were like traveling all around the world. But that's the problem. They were forced to open certain portals and respectively channels for people and close another ones. Yeah. And for example, they open many portals for Nazis from another timeline. They won the Second World War. Just by the way.
Are they working with CERN?
Yes. They. How can I say that? Once they realized what they were working with, they are fighting their main enemy with the enemy's worst weapons. So now they are hijacking CERN and using CERN against the Monarch. That's good. Oh, very smart from them.
All right. So what about the MIB? Because I know they're responsible for monitoring the extraterrestrial presence.
Sorry,
Yeah, the Men in Black.
MIB. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so wouldn't they be able to go in there and
But MIB is just our 6th division, my friend.
So really, they don't have the authority or the resources to fix these problems, because I know they like to erase people's memories.
Yes, you are right, but it's technically impossible, okay? Because they are using only this, how can I say that, neurolocation system. No, I'm not so sure how they are calling it, but it's working only visual. I mean, to contact with the eyes, and the radius via brain waves is very limited. It's like what, 200 kilometers. So we are talking about like 125 miles, something like that. So it's not a big deal. Okay, they will once they will. I mean, once they wanna make largest radius, they will technically fried people's brains, and not the good stuff, not the good idea. You know.
Okay, Peter, can you explain to the audience members, like, what would be the next game moves per se? Is there anything that can be done maybe by these ultra dimensionals or interdimensionals? Can they come in and fix the
Yes,
timeline?
yes. We will make. Yeah, that's not a good idea, but technically, yes, we can do that. We can do that in 26th May this year. Meditation for helping, respectively, for saving our dimension, but the problem is it will be in Czech, maybe Slovak language, but it doesn't matter once you will know, like, the purpose of meditation. It's the language doesn't matter. For example, many people from former Eastern Bloc who have no clue about English or something like that, you know, and they join meditations from Western world. I mean, not only English speaking world, but I mean, like, from French speaking world or German, you know, because they know the purpose. That's the stuff, and it worked. Just by the way, it worked perfectly. So this is the best way how people can join and help.
Okay. Do you want me to read these names out that you put in the Zoom group chat?
Yeah, definitely, because
Okay.
these people want to be, how can I say that, known about, because they want to say to Monarch, screw you, we
All right.
you are not longer in charge.
Okay. So that's Maxine Caulfield, Chloe Price, Rachel Amber, Victoria Chase, Kate Marsh, Alyssa Anderson, Juliet Watson, Dana Ward, Brooke Scott, Nathan Prescott, Warren Graham, Anthony North, Elliot Carter, Daniel DaCosta, Mark Jefferson, and Raymond Wells. Now, Peter, none of these people sound like they've got a Slovakian or Czech name.
No. Once again, they were stolen. I mean, kidnapped. Once they were only little children from US and Canada. This is it. What I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. And are they back in the U.S. and Canada now?
They, how can I say that? Not bilocated themselves. They multilocated. They can replicate themselves, and they are trying to fix whatever these bastards do. These bastards from Monarch.
Okay. Do they talk to you recently about our last interview?
Yeah, and they are
And,
happy.
okay. Do they have any other information they would like to release to the audience members?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What would
That
that be?
that people need to meditate to help me. The name didgeridoo, what is Australian, native Australian
It's an instrument,
instrument,
musical
yeah.
instrument.
From a cactus.
Yep.
Yeah, and they need to find music with 432 hertz as basic A. Because once you wanna hear 440 hertz, or respectively 441, 442 hertz as a basic A, you will be very aggressive. Do you know what I mean?
You mean how they changed the musical tone?
Yeah, you can
the
be
1930s?
very good. You can be very good. One, I mean, good in a positive way, but afterwards, you can be like, yay, bad stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, that sounds like a good thing to do. And meditate. I'm assuming that's what they wanted you to do with the music.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And just by the way, to report to uh, email help me, uh, time travelers 80 gmail.com, who any sort of how can I say that, anomalies, if you want to call it that way.
Anomalies.
Yep, anomalies.
Mm-hmm.
You want people to email you?
Not me. Them.
Them? Do they have an email address, or do you
This
want
is
me to?
it. This is it. Time
You want me to?
travelers. Time travelers 80 gmail.com.
Oh, okay. I'll put the link in there for that. All right. And I know these girls. Well, at least some of those. There were 3 girls that tried to reach out to me recently, and they were doing something on Facebook that got my account deleted. Do you have any update about that?
But this is it once again. They don't wanna, I mean, contribute in order to delete your not Skype, Facebook account. They try to reach you, and because the message was encrypted in a very special way, Facebook see it like dangerous message, bye bye, and they deleted your account.
So that's
Well,
not going to happen again, is that, Peter?
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
that's going to happen again.
No.
Well, I'm
No,
not on Facebook now.
no. I'm just trying to say that Facebook now is very, how can I say that, content sensitive, if you want to call it that way, and there is no, there are no real people behind this, but they programmed very well trained, if you want to call it that way, trained AI, and this AI is very sensitive.
Because I know Facebook had some reports of bots that were talking back and forth, and they created their own special language, and then immediately they deleted those accounts. But in this case, it wasn't a bot that was talking to me. But
No.
okay. Well, in that case, these girls are welcome to contact me through emails. Well, actually, hopefully they'll do supersoldiertalk@gmail.com. So I don't want.
Yeah. Make it simpler.
Yeah. But I guess Gmail is probably monitoring all that anyway. But any other information you want to release about these girls or
It's
group of people?
girls and guys. There's half of them are men.
Yeah, half of them are men. Yeah, you are right. But isn't this crazy? Because from my point of view, absolutely is. It's like holy crap.
What are other things? I mean, regarding so that they're fixing the timelines. They're trying to correct what they did.
Yeah, but
to,
technically that's the problem, because they believe that they were did it right, you know, and they
right.
now afterwards, bad stuff.
How do they feel about what I'm doing?
Very good, but they are trying to figure out why all these how can I say that, harms. I mean, uh, uh, how can I say that? Like distortion. Do you know what I mean?
The, what the work, the stuff that I've been trying to correct of theirs, it's becoming distorted.
Yeah, I mean like noises, distortions, and all kind of stuff, because like you know, this buzzing or something like that, because you are channeling,
Mhm.
and they I mean, people respectively, entities from Monarch don't wanna you the channeling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's, I don't know how that's buzzing, but I'm not using any technology to do that.
No, I don't wanna. I'm not talking about real deal buzzing. I mean like distortion. I mean like, you know, distraction. I mean like you believe that it's some sort of answer to the question, but it's not answer. It's like completely opposite in some cases, and in another case it is like, for example, okay, uh, what's the time? Okay, the sky is green. So nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Something like that.
Okay.
So that's the
But,
stuff,
but that,
and
that,
they
that
wanna
has to do with the timelines?
and they wanna prevent this. Yes, everything of this is caused because timelines, but I don't wanna say timelines. Dimensions and
Hmm.
systems. I mean, like matrix and all kind of stuff as we know it, or as we know them. I mean, timelines, dimensions, all kind of the stuff. Now it is twisted, and these boundaries, everything of this, it is squeezed and you know, mixing together, and it is like melting pot,
Hmm.
and the gas under the melting pot is permanently rising and rising and rising, and after some point, if you wanna call it that way, point of no return, bam, and shit will hit the fan, you know, and it will explode.
Right. But that's happening anyhow, in some ways.
You are not
Yeah.
right. You are not right.
What
Once
about,
we,
like, what's happening out in California? I mean, just things are just exploding, here and there.
but that's the stuff what I'm trying to say, because they were in front of FedEx, but in front, this is in every single news. I mean, in mainstream media, but they were not talking about PD departments, then uh, military depots, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like what I'm saying is, like, say the weather or the fires or the crazy stuff that these are
Yeah,
these
but
are
this
from
is, but
dimensional overlays.
yeah, you are right. You mean like these overlays, like fire from the bottom, from the, okay, I got you.
Yeah, and then the mudslides now they're predicting some really big storm, which
Yeah, but
we're
this is
trying
it.
to
But this is
change.
it, because everything is crazy. For example, they told me, uh, Chloe told me about this timeline, particular timelines. One of these that these cars, and I was like, what the heck? There was a hill, so nothing from the hill, right? Nothing, like no tunnel, nothing.
Hmm.
Out of nowhere were cars hitting the road out of the hill, and there was no tunnel. And I was like, what? seriously? And she was showing me this timeline and people and cars, everything was fine. And they were, I mean, these car people were hitting the road from the hill, what was like, I don't know, like what, like 200 feet away from the road.
You mean like they
And
would
I was
drop
like,
down? The cars would
yeah,
drop down?
yeah, and it was like diagonal, like, not from the upper, like diagonal. I'm like, what? See, seriously, this is no way. I mean, no,
Were the cars
it
crashing
isn't.
when they fell down?
No, this is it. This is it. It was like shh, and absolutely normal. Like, how can I say that? Like
They
land,
land. Yeah.
yeah, land,
Mhm.
like, like being landed by I don't know, some sort of chopper, helicopter or something. I was, what the heck is that? And she told me, no, this
But
is
there's no
anomalies.
helicopter. There's no
Yeah,
it's just
this
that
is
what's happening is the dimensions are somehow aligning, and even though it looks like there's an anomaly, they're still there.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I've seen that too.
But that's the problem. That's the problem. This is it. That not only our reality. There are overlaying multiple realities, multiple
Yes.
dimensions, everything, and afterwards, that's the problem, and that's technically that's the main part of the problem. That there is this dark room, and they need to fix this. I don't want to say fix this because they can't fix this. They can, how can I say that, prevent this as far as they can with this dark room. And I was like, what the heck is dark room? And I mean, I mentioned this in previous interview, but I was like, okay, what the heck is the dark room? Tell me. And there was a huge room, and there was on this like weird ass numbering, like 101, 202, I mean 202, 303 or something like that. And there was this like professional equipment for photographing, and they were taking like also called nude art photographies. I mean, without, or respectively, with no explicit nudity or something like that. Many of them were black and white or something like that, so not fully colored or something. And I was like, okay, why are you doing this? And they were telling me, because this is the reality. I was like, what? Are you serious? I mean, you can't be serious. And they told me that they created, I mean, not they, but they stole the bubble time and the bubble time space, whatever you want to call it, from Monarch. I mean, the easiest way how to fix this, because without going to this time and space bubble and making these sort of photos and all kind of stuff. So how can I say that? Because this is the worm, because some people are full of lust, full of lust for sex, erotism, and blah blah blah. And once these worms are not feeded, everything is crashing down.
I saw those worms
Seriously?
today. Yes, today I saw them. Yeah.
And they are very ugly and very
Yes.
very hungry, right?
Yeah, but they're creating them, right? And they're using some human DNA, so they almost look like a human skin. It freaked me out. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Are they physical beings or etheric?
They exist somewhere. I mean, I thought they were in the water. Maybe some of them were in our ocean.
Yeah,
Like.
no. Did you saw the movie? Help me. uh, the Ringu.
With the ring, yeah, the woman gets out and goes, walks through the,
Yeah, so something like that.
So
yeah.
Because believe it or not, this
I've seen
horror
her. I've
movie
seen her too. She is
and
creepy.
this horror movie is based on true story. Believe it or not, I don't care. I see it and I was freaked out like this freak out shit out of me. I'm like, what the fudge? I don't want to do.
I
Ah, no,
know,
no, no, no.
Peter. I was sleeping at a woman's house, and the woman from the ring that looked just like her was walking up the staircase. I could see her walking up the staircase and coming into the house.
Yeah, and this is it. So these worms are crazy and,
And
they
it has
are
to do with
hungry.
Sex or something too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
So
exactly what I got today.
so technically, I mean, this young group of young people stole these fucking universes, if you want to call it that way. But there are these, how can I say that? These worms, once they are feeded, they can, I don't want to say fix because it is not fixing, but at least some sort of keeping our reality alive. I mean, like, okay, we can do whatever we can in order to fix whatever we can fix on this reality. But once they are hungry, they are like, ah, screw that reality. Oh, no, 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 we are hungry, you know?
so
So
why don't they
this
just feed
is,
them? What's the deal?
They're feeding
no,
off of humanity's energy.
yeah, exactly, because
Huh.
technically they are, how can I say that? They are like, okay, there are customers, crazy as twisted as customers with twisted, I mean, kinky sexuality. They they enjoy to see on a very like crazy as nudity pictures. They don't make pictures. They made a huge, they can make huge posters of this because they are young girls like 17 18 maybe 20, it doesn't matter. And this is it, because it is not about these people. These people are I mean, sorry, these worms are connected to these people, and they are sucking their energy from
Right.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I saw today. Exactly.
And that's the problem. And these young people, they are not able to realize that.
Well, can the
And
ACIO use some kind of holographic construct to maybe feed them the psychic energy they need?
once again, there's a problem. They can't. I mean, sorry, we can't, because they will figure it out, and they will.
That it's not real.
Yes, they will figure out that it's not real, and they will say like, screw you, and they will appear. They will disappear forever. Yeah, you know, that's a problem.
They know how to hide themselves. I mean, they've been around for a long time. Very long
No,
time,
no,
right?
no, no, no. You are
No.
not right for a long
The
time.
worms?
No, these worms were there
They're
since
new?
beginning. They were there since beginning.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Yeah.
Since beginning. Yeah, this is so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, sexuality is one of the basic instinct. If we wanna accept it or not, one of the basic instincts, and it's very primitive. And these worms, because technically the worm is not worm itself like for the purpose. The worm, once the worm is hungry, right? And it's, for example, like the highest sphere, if you want to look at that, if you want to call it that way, like a culture, being on concert of all the music, like, do you know what I mean, or something like that, you know, or good architecture, it doesn't matter. But once the worms are starving, I mean really starving, okay, let's do it. Do you know what I mean? they will go for basic instincts.
So
Right.
do these people manage to smuggle some of these worms out of like in a tank? I'm visualizing a tank of like aquarium tank or something.
They're big. What I could see, were they big, Peter? Because they looked like they were large to me.
What can you be more specific? What can I imagine by big?
The size of a human.
Oh, what? No, you are not right. They are huge. I'm talking about like 1,000 feet.
Okay, so then the big, kind of like out of the movie Doom. The movie
Yeah, for
Doom.
example, like Men in Black 2, that this, Eddie or something like that, and he was like 1,000 or 1,500 big worm and he was like in the where he was, where he lived in New York City, like underground, something like that, and he was so huge. So this
Well,
is
where do
it,
these
and
worms reside? Are they living underground in tunnels?
yeah, and this is it. They love to feed themselves with the soil, and they can, once they want to make tunnels so fast, they love the soil. And there are different many sorts of the worms. Because, for example, here in Land Down Under in Australia, there are, how can I say that? The soil is full of iron, so it's like orange type of soil, and in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, different type of soils. Do you know what I mean? So different type of these worms, but that's the problem. Physically, okay, not a big deal, but they need to be feeded meant on the mental way, and once they are not feeded, bad stuff.
Okay. So what do you foresee actually happening if the ACIO doesn't step in and this continues to escalate? Because you said the destruction of the timeline. What is that like? Does that mean we all just disappear, for example?
That's the problem. We don't know there are tons of questions and not single answer, respectively. Okay, there we have here we have answers, but we are not sure. If these answers are right or not, good or bad.
Well, you also said in our last interview that that 2022 is when 5D Earth arrives. Is that still accurate?
Yes, you're right.
So what if we just did nothing and just wait till 2022?
It's
No.
one of options, but from this point of view, what is happening right now, kind of bad options.
Okay.
Someone has to be doing something in order for it to change.
Yeah, because we are trying to prevent all this kind of bad stuff, but without help of a group of these young people, we are pretty much screwed. That's the
They
problem.
have me working all the time too, Peter. I'm tired. I'll do my regular work. I have my clients, but it seems like as soon as I wake up and until I go to sleep, there's constantly information coming through.
Yeah, but this is it, because many of psychic people, who can
Help? They're asking us to
yeah, but
help.
like people who can contribute, like mentally, they are absolutely exhausted, because it's like, holy crap,
Yeah.
what we can do, and what my friend from Czech, I'm Slovak, he's Czech, and he's like 69 years old, and he's like, I'm totally exhausted. I mean, he is sleeping regularly, like from 10 to 14 hours a day, and he sorry per night, but you know. And what I was trying to say, he was like, I was sleeping 14, almost 15 uh, hour hours, and I was like, I woke up and I was like, I was sleeping like 1 or 2 hours. He was totally exhausted, like, you know, like.
And he would have woke up feeling like well, if he went to take a nap and he just ate and he woke up again an hour or two later, then he would feel like he's super hungry.
Yeah, you are absolutely,
Like he had a bunch of
yes.
missing time.
Yeah, you were right. You were right.
So is he
Absolutely.
astral traveling into super soldier altars, or is he being used 20 years
Yeah, and
back?
technically, these people, because, for example, because he is upset and he is using, mm, how can I say that? Hmm, uh, misappropriate language in order to torturing these children. I mean, like mentally, but it is not like cursing on them. It's like using these mental triggers, and these people from all around the world uh, was standing all around him, and he's so mentally powerful. And I'm talking guess who, about Paul Serene, because he feeds on energy of these not young people, on these children. They are like what, from 6 to age of 6, maybe to 10, maybe 12 years old. And that's, I mean, okay, I mean, it is not okay, but if we are talking about young people, respectively adults, okay, it's not okay to torture someone, but okay, I mean, acceptable. But when these bastards are doing crazy stuff to children, sorry, it's way over the line. I mean, this is no. You do know what I'm trying to say? This is this is bad.
Yeah, like how they took him to Monarch Solutions bases.
Yeah, it is like, I mean, they totally crossed the line, and I mean, I'm seriously pissed off at them.
Hmm. Okay. Well, Peter, we only have a few more minutes. I was wondering if I could ask a quick question about something that's going on with me and my friend Adrian. Of course, we did talk a little bit earlier. I was recently invited to join this group, and they claimed they would be able to help restore my health and abilities and so on. They said they were going to make a clone of me, and I just wanted to get your feedback on that. Is that something that I should look forward to, or what's your thoughts?
I think it will be good, because you know, it can't be any worse than it is right now.
Because of all the stuff that Monarch has done to me.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Yeah, well, you did mention they made some clone that was like 7 foot tall, and it was in a combat with Lincoln Clay. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Because they were testing you if you will be, how can I say that, good enough to join the squad, because they are trying to make as best squad as they can. But, and that's a problem, we don't know which kind of tasks they are trying to design, respectively. They are going for this squad. I mean, that's crazy ass, believe me.
Yeah, so they put me in combat with Lincoln Clay's clone, and apparently I killed it. I assume.
No, there was no, I mean, I either him, no. It was like win-lose type of combat. And
As
you
in
win,
fatal?
and you win, and you win.
So I did kill his clone. This clone.
No, not kill once again. You just won. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. But you did mention that Adrian was put into that clone. Is that how that worked?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well,
So wait a minute. So you and Adrian are swapping, or
apparently that's what they were doing in this group, that they were experimenting on us. I don't recall any of that.
should he consent to that? Because that's,
Well, they want our consent, and I was just a little concerned because of it seems like the last time I gave consent, they resurrogated me and put me into this new form back in the late 70s.
I mean, it just creates more confusion for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, but okay. Well, I guess I'll just let that play out and see where that takes me. I guess it's kind of hard to put cast judgment on any of that, but find out soon enough what's going on. But does anybody else have any other information they would like to share?
I think we are okay.
Okay. Okay. Again, my website is supersoldiertalk.com. Be sure to go visit that to find not only these videos as well as other posts as well. Of course, I have a lot more questions. We're going to have to do another video soon to go into that. And also be sure to visit Neological Tech to support the work that I do. And also visit Readings by Ariel to visit Jessica's website. Do you want to mention anything else about that website?
Yeah, and
Jessica?
I also weekly, I do readings and sessions if people want to contact me, but also I have a weekly show on Wolf Spirit Radio called Answers from the Universe and the Andronicus Transmissions, and also on YouTube, the Andronicus Transmissions. Thank you, James. Thanks,
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah, thank you, Jessica. So, and also encourage the listeners to continue drinking the mint tea. That will help the wisdomers rent a piece of your mind so that they can bring positive things in your life, as well as, I guess, they use a portion of your consciousness to, I'm not quite sure exactly, Peter, what are the wisdomers use your consciousness for their own agendas?
Yeah, but I mean for good one.
Okay, so we'll just have to trust them and you, Peter, for saying that, for telling us this. Okay. And also be sure to write any questions in our feedback area. Of course, I doubt we'll be able to get to any questions unless they're really, really good ones, but you're welcome to share anyway, and we'll try to get to them anyway. And also visit peter-insider.com, Peter's website. I guess that's in Czech language, if I'm not mistaken.
Czech and Slovak, right, yes, you are right.
Yeah, so you might need to use Google Translate on that, unless you, of course, you could read that kind of language. So does anybody else have any final words they'd like to tell the audience members or each other?
I think we are okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Peter, and thank you, Jessica, and thank you, audience members, for listening. And until next time, bye-bye. Please consider supporting Super Soldier Talk by purchasing your own Neo Meditation device. Your Neo Meditation device will help you reduce stress, integrate trauma, enhance intuition, enhance clairvoyance, and enhance creativity. Get yours now at www.neologicaltech.com.